is a matchup we have been waiting for. Two elite wide receivers. They bring a great skill set and swagger, hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. Welcome to Athens, Georgia. We are between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Georgia Bulldogs. OVA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Hermstreet. Kirk, let's get right to the action. Will kick this away to start us off. Bringing it out, it's Cruz. Steps out at the 16, would have been a lot better off just taking a knee in the end zone. To flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage. Both teams sort of sparring in the early going. What we expect to be a really competitive top 10 showdown here mid-season. Yeah,
mid-season games like this are so exciting because you think you know who these teams are, and after today we'll have a much better idea. The team that plays mistake-free is going to be able to get out of here with a win.
Getting set. Here's second down. Snags the quick throw. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, sometimes these wide receiver screens, the quarterback simply needs to play the numbers game to the outside, and he can avoid these negative plays in the future. Pretty much that simple.
Here we go. First third down of the game. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. It's an out route, the catch made. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball under the 36. They bring him down, but the freshman quarterback showing off the arm strength.
That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big third down conversion. Offensive line did their job, giving a quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. And now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. He hands it off from the gun. That one moves the ball across the 40.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid game, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
Important second down play coming up. A play action, looking to throw. Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. They finally make the tackle all the way down to the 32.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years. Guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray and more recently Jake Fromm and, of course, Stetson Bennett, who won back-to-back national championships. And what they're seeing today from this quarterback, they got to be very proud of.
Second down after that run on the previous play. On the ground, it's Davidson. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Boy, this defense is stepping up here early in this game, really controlling the line of scrimmage. Just nowhere to go on this last play. And now we've got a third down, a big opportunity for this defense to get off the field.
So let's see what the play caller likes here on 3rd and short from the +27. Offense looking to throw the ball. The pass is tipped and falls incomplete. Someone got a hand up to deflect that one.
On 3rd and short, the offense coordinator has his entire playbook open. You could run it or you could throw it. Either one's available. They chose to go through the air here, but just not able to hit it.
So on their first possession of the game, the offense stays on the field, and they'll go for it. Grab behind the line. It's Taylor. They bring him down at the 16, but they move the football into the red zone. First down. The Bulldogs hustle to the line and run the hurry-up. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Receiver makes the catch.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. But we know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
Any offense loves to call a play on 1st and 5 after that offsides penalty. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Looking to throw here. The pocket breaking down. Caught behind the line. It's Smith. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Well, the defense loads up to show blitz, and anytime they bring that kind of pressure, the quarterback knows he's got to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Nice job of locating the tight end for that first down.
And the Bulldogs line up with a 1st and goal.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Here's a handoff on 1st and goal. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2.
Chris, the advantage you have, obviously, from a quarterback standpoint, running the RPO, is you get time to evaluate that 1st and 2nd level of the defense and see where they're going. Unfortunately, the defense didn't show him much, and the back ends up taking it for just a few.
They feed the fullback this time. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Well, that start could not have gone any better, Kirk.
Well, Chris, as you know, it's always huge for an offense's confidence to score on the opening drive. Most times, coordinators are just kind of feeling the defense out, giving them a lot of different formations, kind of see how they react. To get points on the board, man, that's a huge plus.
That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the playoff. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. They took the first, looking for more. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
That is a first down. Good job by this big offensive line and this running back to be able to pick up positive yards. How often have we said that over the years with backs and offensive line play from Nebraska?
Takes the ball, tries the right side here. Breaking free at midfield. They get him to the ground, but an explosive running play there.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. They finally bring him down, but the offense set up now. First down from the 15.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful to let this guy find that rhythm. I've seen him where he goes 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, and then pops a big one. Right now, he looks like he's starting to gain some confidence here early in this game.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a second down and 7. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Quick throw caught on the left side. Touchdown, Nebraska. A great catch and run for 6. Kirk, you play quarterback. How about appreciating a receiver that runs his routes that precisely?
Chris, it's not just his route running. It's the chemistry between the quarterback and the receiver that really, I think, is unique. They put so much time into this in the offseason. By the time they get to Saturdays, you can close your eyes and make your throw. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. The first play of the drive, they'll set up from the 13. Little eye candy here from the offense, some pre-snap motion. Takes the ball and heads to the left side. Defense will make the stop. It will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. So after a competitive, fun first quarter, we are all even. Let's check out some of the stats from that first period. And after a promising start, we hope that both these teams will just continue with more of this action. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here. Offense getting set. It's second down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Back in motion now. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. The sure hands. It's Davidson. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line. Dogs looking to use the up-tempo offense here.
Well, there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a big gain for a first down, and already you got to get lined up because here comes the ball again.
And he will be stuffed for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
second down after that run on the previous play. Looking for a man. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Breaks loose at the 40. They make the stop, and not before he gains the first down. The screen play works.
And I don't think the defense had any clue that the screen was being called. They're getting upfield, getting pressure on the quarterback, and that ball gets dumped. There's no one left to be able to slow him down from getting a big gain.
This Georgia offense is moving quickly down the field. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. They bring him down after a short gain there.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
That completion sets up a third down play. Can they pick up the first on the ground? Will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The offense already has one fourth down conversion. Can they do it for a second time? That player moved a little bit too early. It's a false start. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. One team stays on the sideline. Offense going for it on fourth down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Pressure is coming. The receiver grabs it. He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on fourth down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Looking to throw. It's Raiola. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Boy, great job here by this defensive lineman from Georgia using his hands and his speed to close in on the quarterback and come up with this sack. And, man, they've had some great ones over the years, Chris, as you know, starting with our guy, David Pollack, who had as good a career in his time in Athens as anybody who's ever put on that uniform. Richard Seymour, brilliant career with the Patriots, but it all started in Athens. Jalen Carter, just an enforcer up front. And I even throw in Geno Atkins, who had a great career in the interior of that Georgia defensive line.
Now on third and very long, looking to throw. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Not a very good boot. Sets up the offense in great field position. So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. Didn't quite get the playoff in time. It'll be delay of game. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course.
Ready, fight. 29.
Ball handed off. Moves the ball up to the 30.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down play coming up. We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute timeout. The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield.
Here we go.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. They look to throw it here on second down. Bringing pressure. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Now the offense faces 3rd and long from the 30. Can they convert and get a drive going? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. The ball is caught. Completion gains about 6 yards, but now it's a 4th down call. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. It's 4th down and 4 as they try to keep the drive going. Complete to the running back. Can he get first down yardage? Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. They'll crank the tempo here for this next play. Here comes a handoff. Fights off a defender. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And it'll be Smolder right at the line for no gain.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave it back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. And the back now goes in motion. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Some confusion on the snap count. A false start cost them 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. An important 3rd down attempt for this offense. Linebacker shifting around now. On the ground, it's Davidson. He's found some room at the 45. Defense able to stop it. It's 4th down now. And now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. The Dogs will have to kick this away. And the offense will have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Not what he was hoping for. Instead of pinning the offense deep, it's a touchback. So not much time left before halftime as they begin this possession here. Can he make something happen? Dropping back, it's Raiola. Receiver makes the grab. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. The coordinator moves to a heavy blitz look here. They make the tackle as time expires. That'll do it for the first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Dogs will kick this away to begin the second half. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They're looking for some points to jump on top here as we get the 3rd quarter going. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught quickly. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. Brought for a loss after the catch on 3rd down. Sets up a 4th down now. He's looking to throw. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. And it's incomplete on 4th down. The offense will now take over in plus territory.
Well, I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? But again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
Takes the handoff. It's Johnson. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. Had a nice drive going here, but now it's 3rd down and long. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Receiver in motion now. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Looking for the wideout. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. They make the stop, but that moves the football to the 16. It'll be 1st down.
If I'm this defense, you get these guys to 3rd down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage rolled to this receiver to take him away. This guy makes another big play.
And the wideout goes in motion. 1st down, looking to throw the football. And it's incomplete. Even on a 1st down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
So 2nd and 10 here as they try to stay out of 3rd and long here in this tie game in the 3rd quarter. Keeping it on the ground here. It's a strong run. They finally tackle him down at the 4.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball.
Touchdown, Georgia! And they jump on top here in the 2nd half. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
Point after, up and good. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. Is back out on the field. The last time they went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points when they bounce back here. Breaks free. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
That run, good for a 1st down. The offense still rolling. And it's complete. A little shovel pass. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target.
Here he goes. They finally tackle him, but all the way down to the 20-yard line.
What a gain here. Big play for this offense. The quarterback and receiver just seem to be in sync. Tough on that corner to try to make a play on that ball.
The Cornhuskers have 1st and 10 here. Defense looking to bring heavy pressure here. Looking downfield near the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Huskers.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. The kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
So 2nd and 7 at the 3-yard pickup. This offense trying to get something going on this drive. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Johnson.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure worked.
Well, I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
Trying to tackle right there. That's when they'll start the drive. The first play of this drive now, they're set up at the 34. Back to throw. It's Raiola. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football, but he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Second down, looking to throw it. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down to the catch.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Lets it go quickly. Makes the catch downfield. He's in the clear. Finally brought down, but that play moves the ball all the way down to the 21.
Man, you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, especially on 3rd down. Get him the ball.
Nothing doing on that play. The big D tackle there for the stop.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What is the offense doing with 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Grab down the middle, it's Hunter. Ball carrier brought down. What is the final play of this third quarter? And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. Let's see how this fourth quarter unfolds. Everything to play for here for both teams. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Quick pass, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They jump on top now here in the fourth. That's the kind of execution that's built on the practice field. A very precise pitch and catch for a touchdown.
Yeah, when we were out at practice, one thing that really stood out to me about this receiver was his ability to separate with his route running ability. You could see that right there on game day and how that shows up for a touchdown.
PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Great move in the open field. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
And here we see the quarterback read the second-level vacancy that was emerging, and the back did the rest. Huge run for the offense.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. He'll hand it off. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
And this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Second down after that previous play. And he'll set up to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Davidson. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new first down.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
They continue to march toward a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's Smith. The senior with excellent work after the catch.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Bulldogs will come to the line to crank up the tempo. Gonna run it. It's Davidson. And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Not only does the defense stack him up at the point of attack, but he was instantly pushed backwards. The defense was prepared to defend the RPO.
Empty backfield. Offense spreading the field with 5 wide. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. They look to throw it here on second down. Looking to scramble. And he'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Grab behind the line. It's Powell. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Dogs. This offense really clicking. extra point. The PAT is up and good, and we are all tied here in the final quarter. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. The Nebraska offense back out on the field. The defense showing blitz here. Dropping back. It's Raiola. Lets it fly to the wideout. Grab made near the sidelines. Good job keeping the foot in bounds. That'll be enough for a first down.
It's almost like they don't have another receiver to throw the ball to. This guy's been making all kinds of plays today, and this time he decides to show off some fancy footwork and somehow stays in bounds.
Gives it to the back. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. Really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Now it's second down here. Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. Good enough for first down yardage.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
The Cornhuskers starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Handoff running right. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
And the clock has stopped here as we've reached the final 2 minutes of play. Again makes it second and medium. Using his legs, it's Robinson. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Now here's the toss play. It's It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. That's caught. It's Hunter. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Boy, I love to see this quarterback throwing the football the way he is. That's the way you start a drive. 3 for 3, and let's keep it going.
Short in the 7th play of this drive. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And a timeout stops the clock with just 7 seconds remaining in the game. So on 4th down, it's an all-important field goal attempt. Hold your breath here. Oh, and he knocks it right through. That puts them back on top. After the late field goal, they'll kick it away. The offense a chance to tie it up if they can get into field goal position quickly. Bringing it out, it's White. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. With the game out of reach here, the offense will just take a knee, admit defeat, and think about how to improve for the next game. So what an entertaining battle here today, but in the end, Kirk, the #1 ranked team couldn't make enough plays to dodge the upset here.
Well, it's hard to have your fastball working every single week when you have that bullseye. And sometimes the pressure is just too much, and you make some mistakes that you don't normally do, and I think that's exactly what we saw today.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
go.